Hello and welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. I come to you from the red carpet of the marvelous Mrs. Maisel that's happening in New York. In the next half hour, we will get you all the red carpet action, of course, and also my interviews with the cast and crew. Let's start with the red carpet action. Hello.
Hello.
Good to see you again.
Yes,
you look lovely.
Thank you very much.
How does one raise the bar from season to season?
I think you just enter the space with the grace of deep appreciation of what you have.
Right.
And honestly, this is a group of such experts at what they do. All of them, from every position, every single part of the team is like the top of their game.
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of continue to offer the love and the care that you've been offering, and hope that each season will still be something people care about.
Of course they will. Did the Golden Globes and Emmys add a lot of confidence in the team?
You know, that's such an interesting question. I think that people don't necessarily think that an award is something that can be equivalent to, like, confidence. I think happiness and confidence and joy come from really, like, the sense of luck and love that we have with one another, and just sort of the grace of being alive and with each other.
Absolutely, that's such an honest answer. That's what we expect from you each time. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Alex, good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How has life changed after this show?
It hasn't changed too much, really.
Right.
I don't live in New York or LA, so
Right.
I'm kind of outside of the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I feel very lucky that I don't need to look for any other project.
Right.
I feel like I've achieved this, and the last project I did called Getting On, I feel very complete as an actor, and that I've done the best work I can do. So
Fantastic.
if something else were to come along, great, but I don't feel like I need to look for anything ever again.
I'm sure you don't have to. Second question is not really a question, but a message for a lot of girls in India who look up to you and who are trying their hand at comedy. It is a male-dominated industry even there. What do you want to tell them?
Ignore all of that noise, male, female, ignore all of that. Don't focus on that.
Right.
Don't think of what can I do to make it into a male-dominated field. Just do what you do. Do what you think is funny. Do what people around you respond to when you do, and that's your ticket. Don't try to fit any other mold.
Great. Thank you so much. Those are very wise words. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I interviewed the entire star cast of the show. Listen in to what they had to say. Hi,
India, this is so thrilling for us.
Oh, really? I traveled all the way just to meet you guys.
Oh, I think it's just so
How's it
wonderful.
going?
Very well, very
Okay.
well. You both have such amazing body of work, such amazing fan base everywhere, including where I come from. Is this
If I were to go to India and walk down the street,
right?
would I be stopped for a photo?
I'm sure. I'm 100% sure about that. So please come and try it out.
I'd love to.
I would
And please
love
let
to.
us know when you come. You both have such amazing body of work, and now the show on the internet is again taking you places. Are you all still enjoying this ride?
Yeah, when I meet people now, I say, hi, Kevin Pollak, motion pictures, the internet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes.
What about you, dude?
It's thrilling.
That's right.
It's thrilling to be in a show that's this embraced and surprising, and continues to be surprising.
Right.
You just keep waiting for people to go, oh, that show. But it's just the fact that you're here from India. I can't even tell you
It's
that this is a
astonishing.
first
It really
in
is
my career
astonishing,
that
yeah.
anybody that it's international.
Outside of my family saying, I saw the thing, it's okay. Just anyone outside of that nucleus is pretty phenomenal.
But
So-
to go to have it be international and to have you here is really exciting.
Great, fantastic. Since you're both so experienced, what is the key, what is the biggest thing when a show like that works and goes places to so many different countries? At the end of the day, it's a good story, well said.
It has to start on the page. It's
It
said
does.
over and over again, but it's so true. If you write well and cast well,
Yeah.
You're at least got a head
everything
start.
will be fine.
Right.
You got a head
No,
start.
there's every department is sort of magical on the show.
Yeah.
Whether it's the music or the wardrobe, every aspect.
Right.
And it's ridiculously rare that happens, that it all fires on every level.
Right.
That's right, and I also think
I
that
feel like we won the lottery.
we did kind of.
Yeah.
And I think that people forgot that quality
Right.
is good business.
Right.
Do you know what I
And
mean?
you said something earlier about the show feels smart
Yeah, it
when
does
you're
feel
watching it. You know,
Yeah.
they dress smart, they talk
they
smart,
talk
the
smart.
music is smartly chosen.
Right.
And it's made by smart people.
Yeah.
You know, they really are, but I think...
We're not pandering. And it's weird not to pander
right.
and still have everyone care.
Right, where
That's
people
a
say to
great
you... When,
combination, right?
yeah. When you're on television, people will say to you, no, but the audience won't understand that. You know,
Yeah.
that usually is where they're
Yeah.
coming from. And I also think that, you know, with the commodification of entertainment, people wanted to go fast and cheap and hope that the audience came. And this show proves that quality,
Right.
really quality everywhere,
Right.
will bring you the returns.
Right. And lastly, you know, now, so nobody says that anymore, right? That audience won't understand this. This
Yes.
is a young audience that understands pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing, but the fact that do you like it? Do you relate to it?
Love it. And, you know, to
Yes.
see more powerful women play such roles is
Yes.
amazing. Yeah.
And what's the role of women in India? Are they going to be excited to see a
They
woman?
are already watching it, and even the men and women. So it's good to see successful women like her story, like your character. It's great to see characters like this in 2019. It's amazing.
Oh, that's so thrilling to hear.
You're welcome.
Yes, exactly. We did it all ourselves. Yeah.
My last question is obviously, could you tell the audience what to expect from season 3?
Okay, so lower your expectations and you'll be thrilled. I don't know if it's possible that you can lower your but please do, and then you'll be thrilled.
I think for season 3, what you're going to see that I think everybody responds to is somebody going after their dream. And that's going to be
Yeah.
a thrilling thing and a hard thing.
In almost every aspect of the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Great. So see you in India then.
Thank you. Please.
Now let me get you my interview with the lead cast, Rachel Brosnahan and Alex Borstein. Let's see what they have to say about the show and about their roles. Hi, I really enjoyed both the seasons. Looking forward to the next one. You know, I come from India where people are really enjoying this show, especially girls are seeing both of you.
That's such a surprise to me.
Exactly.
Is it
It's-
done in an original language or is it
It's
dubbed?
exactly like that. It's exactly like that.
Wow.
So, did you imagine a web show will take you places to a place you would have not imagined?
No.
No.
Very surprised. She was just talking about how
Yeah.
when she read the script thinking, I love it, but who's this going to appeal to?
Who's going to watch it? I mean, I loved the script from the minute I read the first page. But I
Right.
did have that thought. I was like, there's so much good TV out there.
Yeah.
How are people going to find this, and who's going to be interested? And it's been so incredible to hear how many people the show has reached, and the different ways in for various people. I love it.
Right. And, you know, the love from fans across the world, the awards, the critics are impressed. Has it gone as per plan or much more than that?
Much more.
Yeah. I mean, we've all been a part of shows that
Right.
we've loved
Yeah.
that no one has ever seen, you know, that we feel so proud of and passionate about
Yeah.
and sure will strike a chord with people.
Sure.
And then for
doesn't.
whatever reason, the stars don't align. So I think I can speak for all of us when I
Right.
say that this is beyond our wildest dreams. This-
Yeah, I thought that I was going to be playing like a small part, coming on, doing a couple jokes here and
Yeah.
there, and I've been living abroad, so I thought I'd just fly in for a couple weeks and do a couple episodes and leave. I had no idea what it was going to become.
So, what do you think is about these characters that people love across the globe?
She's an optimist and
Yeah.
Yeah.
an eternal optimist in a very dark time right now.
Absolutely,
she's
yeah.
filled with hope and she leads with joy. And she doesn't know how to approach anything at less than 150%. The word no doesn't mean anything to Midge.
Right.
It's motivating. And I think people have found that inspiring. I also think it's a show about a big family
Right.
and a family that involves a lot of different people. So, you know, even though Susie's not literally family, she's a part of the family.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
you have Abe and Rose and Moish and Shirley and Joel and their children. And a lot of people have found their way in through a family dynamic that they recognize across the globe.
Right.
A family that is filled with challenges, but a lot of love at the core, and a lot of different people spinning in different directions at
Right.
a time in their lives when everything changed.
Right.
And that's something that a lot of families have experienced in one form or another.
Right. Even where I come from, stand-up comedy is still a male-dominated industry.
Yeah.
You guys are really changing it for everyone. Do you hear that often? Do you think, because people before you must have, you must have looked up to them, right?
It's been changing for a long time.
Right.
You look at 1950s, one of the first shows to make use of multi-camera was I Love Lucy.
Right.
That show still stands, I think, as the best television show ever made, in my opinion, because it holds up.
I agree.
You could watch every episode now and still laugh.
Right.
And not a sweet, nostalgic laugh, but a genuine belly laugh.
Right.
And so women have been pushing things forward for
From
a
back
very
in the
long
day,
time.
right.
But I think now we're starting to see a monetary difference that
Right.
Shonda Rhimes, Amy Sherman Palladino, Lena Dunham,
Genji Kohan.
Genji Kohan, women are now becoming money makers, and that's the important thing.
Right,
Follow
right.
the money.
Fantastic. Lastly, if you could swap a role in the next season, who would you like to play?
Oh wow!
Oh, Susie, because she wears flat shoes, and comfortable clothes.
That is
Right.
a very. I'm probably Abe because all I would need to do is add a mustache. We're basically the same character.
Fantastic, guys. You've really entertained all of us, so keep doing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you. Now let me get you my interview with Jane Lynch and Michael Zegen. Hi, guys. So good to see you. Watched both of you in both the seasons and really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
First to you, what do fans tell you when they meet you outside about your role, your wife?
Yeah. Well, I've met some fans from India, which has
Really?
been incredible. Yeah, I was in a CVS recently, and this girl came up to me. She's like, "Hi, can I get a picture?" And
So
I was
cool.
like, "Well, she told me that she was from India. She was visiting, and she was on." Get this, she was on a Mrs. Maisel walking tour.
Fantastic.
And then saw me in CVS, and I'm not part of the tour, but I get, I don't know, these days I get nothing but love, which
That's
is nice.
amazing,
Back
right.
in the day, a couple of years ago, it might have been a different story, but right now, people are on Team Joel, I think. eh?
Wow,
Yeah.
of course. Are these good times that, actually a web show is taking you to countries where you would have not imagined that your, fan base will expand to these
Right.
places?
Exactly. I didn't know that we were in India, but of course we are.
No, it's like
It's like a
insanely
big deal.
popular.
Yeah,
right?
it is,
Yeah.
it
And
is.
I want to
right.
go to India someday. I
lovely.
really do.
Yeah.
So that's really wonderful to know that this show is
You
popular
will
there.
definitely stick out.
Yeah, well, I would stick out anyway, but for sure, 6 foot tall blonde. So I'm really thrilled to hear that. I'm so glad that they love the show.
Of course they do. Do you enjoy this transition that, a couple of years ago, maybe not very kind things when fans met you and now they are in your team, as you say, and what should they expect from season 3?
I do like this evolution of Joel. I do. I know it's a character. I know it's a TV show, but it's
Right.
still it does feel good to be liked.
Of
I
course.
think always. And what can we expect from season 3? Well, Joel he has a purpose now. He has a drive, and he wants to succeed.
Right.
And I think this club that he's gonna open up. I
Right.
think that's a huge part of that.
Wow. And if you guys could swap one role and play another role in the next season, which one would that be?
If I could play your mother, Caroline, as well as Caroline does, only if I could play it as well, then yes.
Right.
I would like to play Alex.
Oh, nice.
Borstein's
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course,
Yeah,
right.
she just, I don't know, just that whole sarcastic, angsty. I love it. I love the way she plays it.
Right. And do you enjoy that, a lot of girls say, where I come from, look up to roles like the one that you're playing because these are great times to see powerful women.
Yes, absolutely. Well, my character is a powerful woman in this era, but she is quite insecure about it and quite riddled with self-doubt. So
Right.
she's not exactly a great role model. Jane Lynch would be a better role model.
Right. And could you tell me, is the set also as fun as the show looks like?
Yes, it's incredible because we have a great production designer, Bill Groom.
Right.
And you walk out onto this, whether it's on location on a street or whether it's in the sound stage. It's always very detailed and specific, and you've got the old cars, and you just feel like you're in the 1950s.
Right.
And I mean, what's not fun about that?
Right. Absolutely. Great. So hope you guys come to India someday.
Well, I would love to.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you. And now time to take a look at what Midge's parents have to say. Tony, Shalhoub and Marin Hinkle. Listen in.
Hi, so good to see you guys.
Thank you. You too.
Could you tell me firstly, I come from India where
Yes.
people are thoroughly enjoying your show.
Great.
Did you ever imagine that, web shows will take you to places where maybe you had never imagined your fan base would be?
No, I never imagined this.
I'm thrilled that how is it that they're connecting to this, this material in this time period and these characters? It's fascinating.
Right. So, do you think the way to connect is, at the end of the day, a good, relatable story got to do with family and friends and love?
You just nailed it.
I think that's it. That it just goes to show how much the show really is ultimately about family.
Right. And it's a funny question, but if you could swap a character in the next season, who would you like to swap it with?
Oh boy!
Wow. I would. Jane Lynch's character is the idea that she gets to, not only do stand-up, but she's searching for herself as an actor. I think it would be very, very fun to have the deliciousness of that kind of journey.
Right. What about you?
I would want to exchange with Joel, with Michael Zegen's character, because he is just embarking on a whole nother interesting kind of. It's like quicksand. Every time he turns a corner, there's a potential to sink. And I'm fascinated by that world that he's entering.
It is lovely. Since the show is so much fun, is the set also as much fun to be with each other?
It really is.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
We feel just so blessed.
Right.
This ensemble is very tightly knit, and it's joyous.
Right. A lot of eyes are on your characters because you guys are the parents. How is and people love you guys also. How has your individual character also evolved from season 1 that you see?
Oh, I find Rose is so much, more complicated than I think I ever imagined. When I first got the role, they had only given us a tiny description. We only had 1 or 2 scenes in the pilot. We were at the wedding or we were home just sort of taking care of the baby. I was measuring circumferences and deciding that my granddaughter is not pretty enough and it's going to be very difficult for her life. But Rose is, she's just like a extraordinarily unique and as I said, complicated person, and I love that she finds herself in an independent form and then turns around and comes back and sort of kind of falls back into maybe the mores of the time, and then now she's got this extraordinary challenge where her husband has basically uprooted them, and her whole life as she knew it has changed.
Right. What about you?
Yes, well, I think for Abe, in the early going, season 1, of course, he was, very stable and very kind of a bit full of himself and prideful. And I think in the course of the last couple of seasons, he's humbled quite a bit because of his, the changes he's going through and all of the changes that Midge's, her life has wrought. And so he's been knocked down a couple of pegs.
Right. Great. Thoroughly enjoyed both the seasons. Looking forward to this
Thank
one.
you. Thank you so much.
Well, that's all we have on the show, guys. Hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed it putting it together from New York. For more news and updates, stay tuned to NDTV 24/7.